Yeah, Bruce.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My apologies for being a little bit late. We're going to open up the Contract Administration Board meeting on March 15th, 2023 at 4:10 PM. In attendance today is Deputy County Executive Dan Lynch, Albany County Legislative Chairman Andrew Joyce, and myself, Albany County Clerk Bruce Ridley. What I'd like to do is entertain a motion that we accept the February 6, 2023 meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Minutes are accepted. First on the agenda today is contract number 905-23, the Sheriff's Department. The vendor info is Lexi Pool. The estimated amount is $21,000. The estimated term is 3/1/23 through 3/1/24. The scope of services, a wellness solution, which will enable the Albany County Sheriff's Office to provide all employees and their family members customized confidential mobile wellness resources. It is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments, questions.
Hi, Tina Harris with the Sheriff's Office. This is a request to enter an agreement with Lexipol as they will provide a wellness solution for all the county sheriff's employees and their family members. It's through an app, and it will give them confidential mobile wellness resources.
Any other comments or questions?
I just have a quick question.
Go ahead, Bart.
Is this a new offering for employees and stuff?
Well, we started with just on the correction side, but we are looking to branch and see what it would be for as a county whole.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually in talks with Tina to see if it makes sense to continue for our civilian employees as well.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 906-23. It's the Sheriff's Department. The vendor is Denoyer Chevrolet. The estimated amount is $52,497.50. The estimated term is 3/1/23 to 2/28/24. The scope of service is to purchase one vehicle for the Albany County Sheriff's Office utilizing a piggyback award from the previous fire department. It is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Again, Tina Harris with the Sheriff's Office. This is to purchase a vehicle with the Denoyer Chevrolet, and this will be used for the Sheriff's Emergency Management Unit. It is grant funded.
All right, I'm curious, a piggyback award from the Fabius Fire Department, what's that all about?
That was our purchasing agent that was able to find a way of purchasing the vehicle that we were trying to purchase. So she was able,
You went in with them on that?
yeah,
Okay.
purchasing was able to assist with that.
I've heard of
Which-
piggyback.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed and abstentions? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 908-23. Vendor is Denoyer Chevrolet. The estimated amount is $52,497.50. Estimated term is 3/2/23 through 3/1/24. And it's a purchase vehicle for the Albany County Sheriff's Department using a piggyback award from the Fabius Fire Department, 100% county funded. The floor again.
Yeah, this is again to purchase a vehicle with the Sheriff's Emergency Management System or unit. This is grant funded as well. It's two separate purchases because it's two separate years that it pertains to, but yes.
What kind of vehicle are you getting?
A Tahoe,
Tahoes, both of them?
yes.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 902-23. The vendor is Pulsium High Tech Systems. The estimated amount is $22,036.15. The scope of service is safety net software maintenance for the E911 system. It is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Demarest with 911. This is to retain access to the old CAD system, 5 licenses, and this is the maintenance for those 5 licenses. The purpose being we can access our historical data.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, contract number 929-23. The Department of Economic Development, Conservation and Planning. The vendor is Discover Albany. The estimated amount is $40,000. The estimated term is 2/1/23 through 1/31/25. The most scope of service is marketing and advertisements to promote and support the Albany County Craft Beverage Trail. It's 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Thank you, Luke Rogers, presenting on this item. This has been really a partnership with the executive and the legislature focused on promoting our craft beverage industry here in the county, which is growing. We now have over 24 craft beverage producers in the county, and we're looking at ways to support them via marketing and promotion, craft beverage trail, as well as some online ticketing options. Discover Albany is our tourism promotion agency, so they were the natural fit to do this. The funding was included in the 2023 budget, and we're looking at approximately $20,000 a year over the next 2 years.
So this is a public relations tool for Albany County beverage places.
Yeah,
Beverage.
so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, things, for example, you could go on and purchase a ticket that would allow you to go to a brewery or a winery and get a tasting, things of that nature.
Great idea. Anytime we can support our own county businesses, I'm all for it. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. I just hope I can take part in this stuff.
I think you've been down it a couple times.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Next on the agenda, is contract number 930-23 and Department's Fleet Management. The vendor is Energetics. The estimated amount is $59,500. The estimated term is 11/8/21 through 12/31/23. The scope of services is no cost contract extension with Energetics. Continue work on the Albany County Fleet electrification study. And again, there's no fiscal impact with this. Open the floor.
Yeah, me again. So as indicated, this is a no-cost extension with our vendor that completed our fleet inventory and analysis and electrification plan. And all we're doing here is sort of taking it to the next level of, we're now in year 1 of purchases, and how do we best integrate the new electric vehicles that we're getting into our fleet. And then I think we also want to look a little bit more into the medium and heavy duty vehicles, which are harder to electrify, but that you're starting to see more vehicles come onto the market, and see if we have any opportunities there. So just again, looking to no cost, but extend it to the end of the year.
Makes sense. Anytime we can work on going green a little bit further in Albany County, that's a great initiative. Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Great work.
Thanks.
Next on the agenda is contract number 813-23. Department is Road and Machinery Maintenance. The vendor is Tracy Road Equipment. The estimated amount is $3,000. The estimated term is 2/14/23 through 2/13/24. Scope of service, the purchase of OEM truck parts from Tracy Road Equipment is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi, Bruce. Hi, everyone. It's Lisa Raimondo with DPW. Tracy was the sole bidder for our truck parts bid. It's a 1-year contract, and it will be paid for out of our parts line.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 816-23. And it is again, maintenance of roads and bridges. And the vendors Greenman Peterson, Inc. The estimated amount is $25,902.50. The estimated term is 3/1/23 through 11/30 of 23. The scope of service and approval for additional funds for right-of-way services. And it is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments, questions.
Hi again. Yes, we're requesting additional funds for right-of-way services for our County Route 405 over 8 Mile Creek culvert project. Our culverts, actually the existing culverts, are not fully on our right-of-way, and that was discovered during the design process. So it's something that wasn't part of the original scope. We now need to go ahead and acquire right-of-way.
Makes sense. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstention carried. Next on the agenda is contract 899-23, Public Works Department. Vendors Comac Corporation, estimated amount is $94,863. The estimated term is 4/1/23 through 7/31 of 23. Scope of service, the purchase of a 3-station men, women ADA mobile bathroom trailer for visitors at Lawson's Lake Upper Camp and other county recreational facilities. It is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Justin Atlas from Parks and Recreation. This is a item that we're looking to purchase to be able to enhance programming opportunities up at the upper lake or upper camp portion of Lawson Lake. Additionally, once the facility is outfitted with water and utilities in general, it'll be utilized for other events throughout the county as we continue to offer recreation services on an annual basis.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. On the agenda is contract number 901-23. Department is maintenance of roads and bridges. The vendor is Davco Masonry. Estimated amount is $91,000. Estimated term is 4/1/23 through 6/30 of 23. Scope of service, construction of a 38-foot by 72-foot, 7-inch concrete slab in Tower Center Park. The slab will be the foundation for a fitness court, which will be constructed in partnership with MVP, and the fiscal impact is 100% kicked to the county. And now open the floor for comments or questions.
Justin Atlas from Parks and Recreation again. While DPW is doing a lot of the legwork and coming out of their budget line, it's a project that has been coordinated with the county executive's office and in partnership with MVP. It's going to be a fitness court, outdoor fitness court in Taos at the park. And the bidder, Davey Masonry, or Daveco Masonry, was the lowest bidder for this project.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried.
Can we make a note to execute this after the someplace? The legends, not execute. Can I speak to the record,
Did
please?
you need me to do that?
If you could, yeah, if we could have a note saying to execute this contract after the MOU has been executed. That has already passed the ledge.
I'd like to make a motion to execute this contract once the MOU has been executed.
Is that our job to do that here?
Which is good for the record, I think.
Can we just state that for the record, or does it need to be in a motion? That's our attorney.
I would do it as a motion because you are, or I would do it as an amendment to the contract authorization because then we need it to be part of the record. So that it's part, because it's part of the authorization that you're doing as part.
Just want to make sure we're doing it correct.
Yes, because then it's part of the authorization.
Okay, so we now have an amendment to this contract. Waiting until the MOU is signed and sealed and delivered through the county legislature in order to enact this one.
The MOU has already passed the legislature, it just hasn't been executed yet.
Until after it's been
It
executed.
needs to be executed.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody want to make that motion, please?
I just did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? That's carried. Thank you very much.
Sorry about that
For
confusion.
that clarification. Appreciate that. Next on the agenda is contract number 811-23. And its department is aging. Vendor is senior citizens of Green Island. The estimated amount is $1,036.38. The estimated term is 1/1/22 through 12/31/22. And it's to amend congregate meal contract to provide additional congregate meals needed for older adults 60 years and older that have utilized the Green Island congregate meal site. And now this is broken into two fiscal impacts. 25% is the county and 75% is the state. I open the floor for comments or questions.
This is Amna Siddiqui, Deputy Commissioner for Aging. We are asking approval to amend our contract with senior citizens of Green Island to increase their contract to provide an additional $1,000 worth of meals. So there's been an increase in demand at the Green Island site. It's a very robust program they have out there. So there's a higher need and demand.
Is that going to be enough to cover what you need in Green Island then?
Yes, it is. After talking to the executive director, I just think her increase in demand is also associated with the increase in activities that they have out there. And they took also advantage of our other programs, our CSI program,
Okay.
Congregate Services Initiative, where they took they made an intergenerational program where they took the youth and the older adults that participate in the congregate meal program and brought them together. It was extremely successful for them. And I think that after talking to the executive director over there, a lot of this is due to the fact that their increase in activities have increased the participation.
Awesome. That's great news.
Yep.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion, please.
Motion. Oh, sorry. Second.
All in favor?
Second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Thank you for the clarification on that. Contract number 812-23. Department is Aging. The vendor is Jewish Family Services of NENY. The estimated amount is $2,336.01. The estimated term is 1/1/22 through 12/31/23. The scope of service, the men home delivered meal contract to provide additional kosher home delivered meals needed for older adults 60 and plus and older that reside in Albany County. And this is 100% state funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Amna Siddiqui, Deputy Commissioner again. We are asking to amend our contract with Jewish Family Services to meet the increased demand for kosher meals throughout the county.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
I'll do this one. Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Great work. Next on the agenda is contract number 876-23. It's a residential health facility. The vendor is Intivity. Estimated amount is $56,567. Estimated term is 3/1/23 through 12/31/23. The scope of service and Intivity will provide movable equipment for the Shaker Place Child Day Care Center as per the Labella architectural drawings and the proposal. And this is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments, questions.
Good evening, everyone. This is Larry Slatke from Shaker Place. This will be for the movable equipment for the new child daycare center. This is a state contract company. We did submit to the New York State Department of Health through the CON process the movable equipment cost, which will eventually be reimbursed in our rate. And this should be all-inclusive for all movable equipment necessary for this project.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 900-23. The vendor is, or I'm sorry, the department is Residential Healthcare Facility. The vendor is Johnson Controls Fire Protection. Estimated amount is $40,900. Estimated term is 2/1/23 through 1/30/25. Scope of service, the Johnson Controls Fire Protection will be providing fire protection services that include the semi-annual and annual inspections at pool stations, smoke detectors, panel boxes, and all related fire equipment, protection systems, and software is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, thank you. Johnson Controls is our fire protection company and perform mandated semi-annual and annual inspections of all of the devices within the nursing home part. As mentioned, they are a state contract company, and this will be for a 2-year period.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 920-23, Department of Health. Vendors Cornell Cooperative Extension. The estimated amount is $45,000. The estimated term is 7/1/22 through 6/30/27. Scope of service is $9,000 per year for a total of $45,000. The Health Department will be contracting with Cornell Cooperative Extension of Albany County to continue to plan, develop, and implement radon education and action project in Albany County. REAP is a performance-based radon outreach education project with a special emphasis on lowering risks from indoor radon exposure, and this is 100% county funded. I now open the floor to questions.
Yes, Ransom for the Health Department. I just want to clarify, we have it as 100% state funded. It's part of the indoor radon grant program that was approved for $50,000 at a recent ledge meeting. It's $9,000 for 5 years, totaling $45,000 contract with Cornell Cooperative Extension. The remaining $1,000 per year will be budgeted for a Department of Health employee in the environmental division to work on similar work that is related to the project.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 919-23. Department of Preventative Assistance Program. The vendor is estimated amount is $75,000. The estimated term is 4/1/23 through 12/31/23. Scope of service: to provide or install and maintain electronic communication equipment in the home of frail, elderly, or disabled DSS clients. The equipment is designed to signal a monitoring agency for help when activated by the individual. This is broken down into 2 fiscal impacts. The county will pick up 40% of the cost, and the state will pick up 60% of the cost. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Joe DeAndros from Social Services. We currently have only one provider for these services and have identified LifePhone as an additional contractor. This will allow our clients to have a choice with who they contract with, and LifePhone provides the same service at a reduced cost.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Okay, Joe. All right, now, I'd like to entertain a motion that we bundle the following: 879-23, 880-23, and 881-23 for the purposes of that all the programs are the exact same programs. They are different with different vendors: Trinity Alliance of the Capital Region, Equinox Inc., St. Anne's Institute. Each one of them are a little bit of different funding: $32,900, $44,814, and $41,820.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. I now open the floor for comments or questions on those 3 individual contracts.
Nicole Ward, Albany County Department of Children, Youth, and Families. The programs with Trinity are their Trinity Arbor Hill Care, which are after school programs for school-aged youth. Trinity Alliance Jail Transition, which they work out at the Albany County Jail, and any youth that are above the age and that could be in the jail, they'll help them transition out back into their community and their families. And then Trinity Alliance Anger Management, which is just an anger management one-on-one mentorship with Trinity. Equinox is their transitional living program, where youth will learn how to live, runaway and homeless youth will learn how to live outside of their family. And then at St. Anne's is the emergency youth shelter.
Okay, and I'd like to note for the record that each one of these contracts that we just bundled are 100% state funded. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Those three contracts are carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 888-23. The department is service for physically handicapped children. The vendor is James McGinnis Associates. The estimated amount is $21,000. The estimated term is 4/1/23 to 3/31 of 24. The scope of services supports software and support for third-party insurance billing pertaining to the preschool related services program. It's 100% county funded. Open the floor for comments or questions.
So I need to have an amendment for this one. We just got a letter from McGinnis last week that they are increasing our rate. So we're looking to move from the $21,000 to $27,996. They said due to inflation, they needed to, but it's a sole source. It's the only software out there for preschool insurance billing.
Okay, so we now have on the table an amendment to contract 888-23 and that's with James McGinnis and Associates. And the estimated amount has been amended to $27,996. I now open the floor for comments or questions. Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Motion on both the amendment and the contract.
Very good.
Second on both.
Second on both. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Both the motion and amendment are approved. Next, I'd like to entertain a motion that we bundle both contract number 913 and 914 into one motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. So, contract 913 and contract 914 are service for handicapped children. There are two vendors, Equilium Healthcare and ProLink Healthcare. And the amounts are $50,000 and again, $50,000. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
These are both for our special education center-based programs. So when children are on the buses and need a nurse, that we can contract with this company to have a nurse on the bus with the children, which is mandated.
Again, this is two different vendors.
Right, so that we have options.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure any other comments or questions?
Mr. Clerk, if you just want to note the fiscal impact for both contracts.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Yes, it's good. So for the record, the county is going to pick up 40.5% of this and the state will pick up 59.5.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work with these programs.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract 882-23. Department is buildings. The vendor is Titan Roofing Incorporated. The estimated amount is $99,000. Estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31 of 24. The scope of service is primary vendor for emergency and roof repair services. This is fiscal impact is broken.
Decimal point is wrong on that. I just know
100% county funded.
100% county.
Move it the other way. It's 1%.
Be nice. Try.
Thank you, Commissioner. So again, the change on this is 100% county funded.
The Assistant Commissioner Lieutenant for Department of General Services. This is a renewal for Titan under our trade labor agreements for vending, primary vendor for emergency roof repairs and small roof repairs throughout the county. It is open to all county departments and to use.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
Favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract 893-23, Departments of Building Services. Vendors Rhino Caulking Incorporated. The estimated amount is $99,000. The estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31/24. Scope of services, a secondary vendor for emergency roofing repair service, 100% county funded. And open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, this is another renewal. Debrino is the secondary vendor that could be used for emergency roofing and or repairs or get second quotes from if we don't like the first quotes. Again, this is 100% for county and open to all county departments.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Next is contract 884-23, Building Services Department. Vendor is Colette Mechanical Services, Inc. Estimated amount is $99,000. Estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31/24. Scope of service, primary vendor for emergency plumbing services is 100% county funded. And I open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, this is another renewal for our primary vendor for emergency plumbing services for $99,000.
Other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 883-23, and it's building services. Vendors BPI Mechanical Services, Inc. Estimated amount is $99,000. Estimated term is 4/1/23 to 3/31/24. Scope of services, secondary vendor for emergency plumbing services. 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions. Commissioner.
Yes, this is another renewal for the secondary vendor for emergency plumbing services for county buildings.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 897-23, Building Services. The vendor is BPI Mechanical Services, Inc. The estimated amount is $99,000. Estimated term 4/1/23 to 3/31/24. Scope of service, primary vendor for emergency HVAC repair services. The fiscal impact is 100% to the county.
Yes, another trade labor agreement. This is the final renewal with BPI Mechanical Services for emergency work.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. On the agenda is contract 896-23. It's building services department. The vendor is Colette Mechanical Services, Inc. Estimated amount is $99,000. Estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31/24. Scope of services, this will be the secondary vendor for emergency HVAC services, 100% county funded. Open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, this is again, a trade labor agreement for set pricing for emergency repairs on HVAC equipment for county buildings.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract 898-23, Department's Building Services. Vendors BPI Mechanical Services, Inc. Estimated amount is $99,000. Estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31/24. Scope of service, the primary vendor for emergency boiler repair services. And I'm assuming this is 100% county funded.
Correct.
So we'll make that change to 100% county funded on the contract.
This is a renewal for BPI Mechanical Services for boiler repair for all county office buildings.
Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Carried. Next on the agenda is contract 891-23. And Independence Building Services. Vendor is McBain Electric, Inc. Estimated amount is $99,000. The estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31/24. And the scope of service of this will be the primary vendor for emergency electrical services is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments and questions.
Yes, this is another trade labor. McBain is the primary vendor for emergency electrical services for all county buildings.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 892, Building Services. The vendor is Eckert Mechanical LLC. The estimated amount is $99,000. The estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31/24. Scope of service is a primary vendor for emergency general construction services. Fiscal impact is 100% to the county. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, Eckert is the primary vendor for general construction services that we may need for all our county properties.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 894-23. And the Department of Building Services, the vendor is DeBryan Caulking, Inc. Estimated amount is $99,000. The estimated term is 4/23 through 3/31/24. The scope of services will be the secondary vendor for emergency painting services. It is 100% for county funded. I open the floor for comments, questions.
This is, again, this is another trade labor agreement for renewal for painting services for all county buildings.
Okay, again, this is the secondary vendor though, correct, Commissioner?
Correct. We had problems with the, you'll see some of them were secondary.
Yes.
There was one company that bid, which we would never be able to get a hold of in order to do it. They were actually out of New York City, and we just dropped them from the services.
All right, thank you for the explanation. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Next on the agenda. Contract number 895-23. Department's Building Services, the vendors DeBrino Caulking, Inc. Excuse me. Estimated amount is $99,000. The estimated term is 4/1/23 through 3/31/24. The scope of service, secondary vendor for emergency masonry repair services. County funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, this is a renewal for DeBrino. Again, a secondary, the primary was the same company that bid before, which they couldn't perform the work or get a hold of. That's why we're just putting them for the secondary.
Same situation.
Same situation.
Okay, any other comments or questions? In a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried. And our final contract for this evening's agenda is contract number 926-23. Building Departments is the Building Services Department. The vendor is Roche Brothers, Inc. Estimated amount is $31,800. Estimated term is 4/1/23 until 9/30/23. And the scope of service is as needed repair and replace roof framing and decking for the Albany County Rail Trail Depot building. It is 100% county funded.
Yes, this is a part of our rehabilitation project for the Trail Depot building. We already have a roofer contracted for this, but there's some framing of the decking that needs to be done and shored up. The roofing, as I said, has already started. The roof's been ripped off. So that's why the construction portion is going to happen now before we get the new roof put back on.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, entertain a motion to close the CAB meeting at 4:50 PM.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. The CAB meeting is closed.